Oh my God. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling remarkable despite the loss. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder breaks his silence, speaks out for the first time really after his loss. We're going to talk about that in this video. Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Listen, I don't know how you found my video, but somehow, some way, you made it. You arrived at the content. Please help others find the content by throwing a like on the video. It goes a long way. Now, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder been a little bit quiet. He made his first real cameo since the Tyson Fury loss recently with the second fight in the 2-fight deal. It was really the third fight in terms of the sequence, but it was the second fight in a 2-fight deal. And he finally got it completed, came up short, end up being knocked out late in the fight. It was really an all-time classic type of fight. I did a BOXINGEGO watch party. Both guys were down. And at age 36, this is what Deontay Wilder had to say. He said, "I'm feeling great. I'm doing great. We didn't get what we wanted against Tyson Fury, but we still got something out of it. I think we've got something even bigger out of it besides just a victory. I'm grateful for that. I'm blessed all the way around. With that being said, it's no complaints at all. We just move forward. You come up to a certain point. As humans, we feel we can come up to a dead end, or if we fail, we think it's it for us. But when you're traveling along your journey, nothing should be, this is it. For me, this is not it. It is just the beginning. The beginning is yet to come for me. Although I've accomplished a lot of things, more than I could have ever imagined, I do still have goals in the sport. That's what I still have love for. I'm looking to accomplish those goals that I still have left. I broke my hand, so I'm in the healing process. Once this is over, I'll resume training for sure. Boxing is a year-round sport, so you always got to be prepared, and you always got to stay ready. After this, I'm looking to get right back in it." Wow. Now, at this point, I don't even see how you could not like Deontay Wilder. I think Wilder is a class act. He's a fun guy to have in the sport. It's a blessing to be able to cover this beautiful sport, the sweet science, with people like Deontay Wilder. I think he's good for boxing all the way around. The haters are going to say otherwise, say, oh, he's an excuse, man, all this, mumbo jumbo. But at the end of the day, he's great to have in boxing, and he has people talking, which is also a good thing. And I feel like he has people talking for the right reasons. So for me personally, I'm glad to hear the brother's doing good and taking time with his family. It's good to see his girl. This interview comes from his girl's podcast, right? So it's good that Telli's making her moves. He's making his moves. He said it's about family. It's about recovering his hand, and he's looking to get back. He still has goals. People think because you lose, and I'm just paraphrasing here, but because you lose, it's not the end of the road. You could still travel on, and there's still onward and upward. And I like that. And you look at the contrast. See, I think maybe when Wilder in the second fight, some people didn't believe the Mark Breland Wilder and things like that. So this is what they always wanted to see from Wilder. But Wilder's a person, he's headstrong. So his convictions, he believes what he believes. And I still have certain beliefs. It's really neither here nor there. We had a trilogy fight and we got an outcome for it. But, at the end of the day, people have no choice but to respect him now. He seems like he's chilling. He's no longer a champion, so that burden's off his shoulder. But he says he has some goals, and as soon as he's healthy, he's looking to get back into the swing of things. And I think that's the right attitude for coming off, because let's be real, it was a bad loss. You fought a bigger guy and a skilled guy, and the bigger guy knocked you out in the end. So, you got to take some time off. But I like the overall mindset. I like what I'm hearing. Showing in his rematch, that's maybe something else. But in terms of what I'm hearing, he's said everything in this podcast interview that I heard. I didn't get to catch the whole thing, but from the snippets that I used for this video, he sounds like he's in the right headspace. And you look at the contrast to a recent loss where a person wasn't even knocked out, like Teofimo Lopez. And I think this is a major difference. I think the way Teofimo is acting post-loss, and I guess you could say processing the loss, is a far cry from what we're hearing from this current Wilder. Teofimo, the big difference why people are aggravated with Teofimo's demeanor is that Teofimo, one, he's not admitting he lost, and he clearly lost, right? And then two, he's almost coming across as like preachy, like, oh, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they've done, or, you know, it's not their fault, and what have you accomplished in your measly lives? And it's uncalled for. Wilder, he took the fade, he took the L, classic fight. He's ready to get back in there. As far as what's next for him, I mean, he's going to make that decision. I still want to see the Andy Ruiz and Joshua fights. I still think those are big fights for him. Clearly, Joshua, if he loses to Usyk, which is his next order of business, if he loses again, it's not going to have the same luster per se, but it will still be a good fight. You know, I guess it just depends on what happens in the Usyk fight. But Joshua's going to have to make major adjustments, kind of like he did with the first Ruiz fight or the second fight compared to the first fight. So some things, the heavyweight picture is definitely being shifted. And some people are kind of getting eliminated. Like, I thought F.A. Ajagba showing kind of takes him out of the conversation of mixing it in with those big fights. You've seen Daniel Dubois, who took a loss, but his loss to me was, even though he took a worse loss in terms of being stopped, it was just, you were in there with the heavy-handed Joe Joyce and good game plan. He had his jab in front of you, blah, blah, blah. So I think Joe Joyce, he's one of the people that are making good fights. But also Daniel Dubois, even though he lost by knockout, I think he can bounce back and make some very entertaining fights as well. You know, despite everything else, I think he can make some good fights. F.A. Ajagba, I don't really know where he goes based on his showing with Frankie Sanchez. So it's a lot to consider. I'm glad Wilder's in good spirits. I think he's a good dude. He's a family man. And you gotta approach life and take your lumps and your losses like you take your wins, because life is inevitably going to throw you some curveballs, and some L's will be served in this lifetime. If you have any life worth remembering, then you just know that an L is, you're right around the corner from an L, and it can happen at any time. So you got to be in the right mind frame. So good to see Wilder pop back out. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you like it. If you like content like this, I do this daily. This is my job, full time. Let's go. Wilder, good to hear him back. Good to see that he's in these spirits. Let me know how I did in this video. Subscribe. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe to the next video. It's Ego sign on. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC, Bluetooth ready, with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.